Good afternoon. We are graduate students from the University of Houston Hilton College here to present our service analysis of Chuys Restaurant. I'd now like to introduce our team, starting with Thais Goussard, Alexandria Martinez, Christopher Myers, Isabella Rashke, and Grace Kim. Based on our research, we will present the following: the history of Chuys, their mission and goals, the brand identity prism, semiotic square, serve qual and gap analysis, and conclude with our findings and recommendations. Chuys is located in the prestigious River Oaks district in Houston, Texas. It is in close proximity to many tourist attractions such as the Museum of Fine Arts, Buffalo Bayou Park, and the Galleria Mall. Over the course of the last 12 weeks, we have spent over 20 hours visiting this location at varying times to gather our data. We analyzed approximately 300 reviews on Google and Yelp within the last 6 months to find its strengths and areas of opportunities. Chuys means buddies. Mike Young and John Zapp opened the first Chuys in 1982 in Austin, Texas. Their vision was a fun and funky Tex-Mex restaurant that served authentic and fresh food. Chuys opened their first location outside of Texas in 2009. Today, they are in 17 states and more than 60 cities nationwide. It is said that if you've seen one Chuys, you've seen one Chuys, because every Chuys has a distinct yet strategic decor. Each location features an Elvis shrine and hand-painted wooden fish on the ceiling. Legend has it, before opening the first Chuys, Mike and John went to Mexico looking for authentic recipes and decor. They met a craftsman who created beautiful wooden fish and ordered 1,000 for the first restaurant opening. Today, these fish serve as a homage to Mexican culture and can be found at every Chuys location. They live by the words, "We don't take anything seriously except our food." All Chuys food is fresh. The only two things that are frozen are the ice cream and French fries.
Chuys has helped to sponsor fundraisers, toy drives, and fun runs that give back to the community. Chuys encourages employees to reach their personal goals through employment. Their friendly employees are integral to their restaurant's culture. Although Chuys was born in Texas, their desire to spread the love motivated them to open locations outside of Texas. The brand identity prism can be used to gain a better understanding of the company's internal and external goals. The physique can be described as modern, Elvis Presley, and hip. The relationship they strive for is welcoming, unique, and nostalgic. The reflection of the ideal Chuys customer is forever young, free-spirited, and trendy. The brand's personality is said to be bizarre, weird, and lively. Their culture is inclusive, community, and responsible. And the target customer's self-image is cool, humble, and kind. The semiotic square is a tool we use to analyze relationships among our 4 identified groups. On the left and right side of the square, we have vertical lines which represent complementary relationships. The lines converge at the top, which point to our mainly targeted group of customers. And on the contrary side, the lines also converge at the bottom to the least serviced audiences. At the top left, we have our group go-tos. They have already established Chuys as their go-to choice for Tex-Mex. Not only do they share chips and salsa, but they also share and spend time together in groups. On our top right, we have the past masters. They are well versed in their menu choices and regularly choose this restaurant over others. Next, we have the minglers. These people have the desire to enjoy the comfort of Tex-Mex with their friends and family, but not necessarily reached regular status. Lastly, we have our newcomers who have not tried Chuys Tex-Mex or know what it is. On the left side of the spectrum, we have our social relation. This describes the social motivation for choosing Chuys over other restaurants. On the right side, or complementary side, we have eating preferences to describe the desire to appease the craving for the comfort of Tex-Mex food. And at the intersection of the top of our 2 groups, we have identified our main target audience, the dependents. These are the already established regulars who love Chuys Tex-Mex food. They consistently choose Chuys to hang out and are more likely to invite friends and family back. At the bottom, we have identified the dabblers. These are the people who may have come in without ever trying Tex-Mex or tagged along with a group. They are our most underserved audience, but they do not yet have the motivation to keep coming back and are unlikely to have formed a bond with the restaurant.
The word clouds represents both positive and negative reviews by the guests. The larger words represents the most commonly mentioned components of service. As seen in the previous slide, the most relevant items mentioned are about the fun, atmosphere, cool decor, and great service. On the other hand, the largest challenges for this location are the inconsistencies, few options, and the bad food.
As seen in the previous slide, the most relevant items favorably mentioned are the fun atmosphere, cool decor, and great service. On the other hand, the largest challenges for this location specifically are poor food quality, few menu options, and bad food.
Our gap analysis analyzes the performance of the restaurant to determine if the business requirements or objectives are being met. If they are not being met, we want to identify what steps should be taken in order to meet them. A design failure is between expectations and service delivery. A delivery failure is between service delivery and perception. After observing Chuys, we have identified two main gaps and developed recommendations for each. The design failure we identified is too few options on the menu. The main delivery failure we identified was poor food quality or bad food.
The old Chuys menu had food items loved by guests. Due to COVID, Chuys reduced their menu options. Our recommendation is that Chuys should offer seasonal menus featuring previous fan favorites in order to keep the customers happy and to help with overall food cost. The chicken flautas plate is inconsistent with the sides, food texture, and dish toppings depending on the time of day that they are ordered. We recommend that management follow standardized recipes and regularly perform taste testing throughout the shift to ensure the highest quality of food for the guests.
This concludes our presentation. Thank you for watching, and please let us know if you have any questions.